Thomson Reuters today in India operates in 4 businesses. It also has an operations center. The 4 businesses we operate in is the financial market operation, financial and risk we call it. It actually provides intelligent information to the trading community who are into various class of assets, equities, foreign exchange, commodities, into hedge instruments, into providing things on fixed income bonds, and the intelligent information which is provided to them enables them to take decisions which actually differentiates them basically to become more productive. The second business we have is actually for scientists, for researchers, for academia, for government, for universities. We call that IP and science, which is intellectual property and science. We again use intelligent data, workflow, and basically be able to help the scientists to work more productively in their efforts of discovery, developing and delivering an innovation or an invention that they can. It also helps the researchers basically to conduct the research more effectively using the database. It also uses academia to look at the last 100 years of research data to be able to do predictive research, to be able to analyze and do the academic reach. It also helps in assessing and ranking universities using the databases. This data also is used very effectively in defining the innovations which are taking place, in defining the various ability of scientists to go and build the next generation drugs or next generation innovation. And certain awards are also given based on this index which we get in the database. The third business we are in is called tax and accounting. Now imagine most of the companies and enterprises in India have already implemented an ERP solution, enterprise or planning solution, to do their management accounts. And what they produce very well on a daily basis and a real-time basis is the management account. But I think one of the things which today still a lot of them struggle with is being able to define their expected tax liability. We actually have global offering which we are bringing locally to enable them. Think of it as the ERP for tax, which plugs into the ERP for management accounts and enables those professionals to be able to predict their expected tax liability, which can be huge at times, and if it is unanticipated, can pose problems to the P&L of the enterprises. The next business we are in actually is a legal business. So think of the historical past when you walked into the lawyer's office or their cabin and you'd be impressed with the kind of books you will see, all these legal data. Very impressive, black jacketed, brown jacketed. I think what we've actually enabled is we've digitized that entire cases for the last 100 years or so for various courts, including Indian courts, Supreme Court, the High Courts. And today we've enabled the legal community to have on a digital device this information available very conveniently for them to be able to do their legal research and be able to do their legal case research, solution and disposal very quickly, which helps them to be very productive. In the legal solution space also we have a solution which helps in modernizing the courts. We have actually helped in modernizing a lot of the appellate courts in the US, and actually in the local country, Sam Pitroda and Prime Minister's office is trying to drive this modernization of the Indian courts, because what it delivers is what is required by the public today, the judicial reforms of quicker, faster decisions. So for us, big data has always been relevant, even before the coining of the word big data. We actually look at the big data, we collect the big data, and actually the value add on technology we do using our algorithms and our technology definitions is we do curation of the data on top of the content. And that is what makes us special, because curated data is more authentic than a normal data. On top of the curation of the data, we actually do put an intelligent layer so that we can analyze that curated data to find out basic nuances and implicit things which are useful for the professionals to differentiate themselves from others. On top of the analytics, we look at a workflow optimization so the productivity can really. Most of the enterprises are in the World Wide Web. Most of the threads are being posted electronically through their websites and through their activities which are online. We actually have, plus how do they really assess the customers today? Now you heard about a lot of rampant risk people have had on KYC. We have one of the world's largest database called WorldCheck, which is basically used by a lot of financial institutions worldwide, a lot of governments, a lot of intelligence agencies, and also in India, some of them are using it. But this WorldCheck actually allows you to make a screening of transactions and individuals with whom you don't want to do transactions. They're at high risk. And that, to my mind, is one of the offering which I want to make it quite open and get India to adopt it, because why keep risk on the table when you can avoid it? So that is one I think is very good. For the anti-phishing and anti-fraud, we have a solution called Mark Monitor, which actually helps you to monitor your own site. There are a lot of bad guys out there who are trying to replicate your site. So suppose your company's site, you may find there are 3-4 other sites look-alike of yours, which has been just, image has been copied. And the danger of that is your customer, instead of landing to your site, can land on someone else's site, and your customer data can be taken by them. And then it's not only erosion of business, it could be a reputational risk, but whatever they do, you become accountable. Now that's a solution again I want to introduce here, which is a lot of people are looking at it, but I want to do it. Same thing with the anti-fraud. So these are the risk solution, I believe, which are very important. The benefits of technology, driven all by technology. Now we have seen in the past the debacle of Satyam, Enron globally, and the kind of risk that board of directors carry, including information outage. And you've seen some cases where information leakage actually has caused a lot of directors almost penal action and maybe even action against bar. So we have actually a solution called BoardLink, which actually is a secure technology architecture 128 solution, which actually allows privacy amongst the board community to be interacting with each other and managing the documents. Today, I think a lot of the board papers are sent through Yahoo and Google accounts, which are really prone to attack and risk, and the leakage could be very rampant. Plus, this entire workflow tool which we have based on technology allows the board members to have research, news on a real-time basis, and analytics and comparison about the company on a real time. So it educates them, makes them much more adept to be more effective as a board member. Those two I can think of very relevant to India. In 2012, Thomson Reuters appointed a new CEO, Jim Smith. And at that time, Thomson Reuters looked at its businesses post-merger and said we have two types of distinct markets that we are serving. One market definitely is a developed market like the United States, United Kingdom, Europe, where our professionals and customers are very developed and they are really more matured, and the markets obviously are having different challenges. Those markets are having challenges of shrinking, of competition, of obviously different kind of complexity, where demands are low. Then there's other sort of markets which are growth markets, which are growing. And at that time, James Smith actually announced a new organization called the Global Growth and Operation. We are part of, it's acronymed as GGO. A new president was appointed, Shankar Ramurthy, who's my boss, sits out of New York. And I think the Global Growth and Operation is the second type of the kind of global colleagues I have. When I look at my colleagues in the GGO market, growth markets, they have solutions and challenges very similar to me. A, because of the confluence of the culture that they've grown up. Some of them have been part of the colonies and the Commonwealth countries. So whether it's a legal solution, the legal system, whether it is tax solution, whether it is basically a solution to do with some of the scientific developments which are happening from those markets, or financial markets, a lot of similarities are there. So we do exchange a lot of good ideas. We in fact have regular quarterly best practices call and innovation calls where we share with each other. A lot of the reverse innovations are actually happening in the growth market. We are actually trying to change the game. As you've seen in telecom, actually a lot of the Indian telecom providers provided the gameplay for the global players by moving out from ARPU to EBITDA kind of model, where low cost you could provide telephony in India. How do you bring down the cost? So those kind of things are what we are leveraging. My mantra to the leaders of tomorrow who are looking at global companies like Thomson Reuters is please do not be clouded by what you study in the university, complex case studies, other case studies. Try to unlearn a few of those things which you have, because you're starting off with a clean mind in a new environment which looks totally different from what the environment looked in the past. So a leader has to come with a very open, transparent mind to be able to adapt to the changes. And the adaptation has to be there at a minute-to-minute, day-to-day, week-to-week, month-to-month. So adaptation is very important, open mind. Be curious to know what is happening, be able to resolve solutions, and be open-minded at the same time. Be collaborative. So be able to be prepared to work with various people. There is no Nobel Prize given for individual success in an environment like this. But there is a prize for collaborative influence, collaborative success when you work together as a team. And as a team you succeed. Look at cricket, I don't think, Sachin Tendulkar alone can win the match. You need a full team to win the match. It's the same concept of collaboration and teamwork, which is extremely important. And third is the mindset, which has to be very agile. Keep your mind agile. That's why my message to the youngsters is stay healthy, stay fit, and stay foolish, so that your intelligence really helps you to drive the innovation which is required to differentiate in the market.